So I'm coming at you from on top of the Sumas River, the same Sumas River that spilled these banks, flooded that highway 6 months ago when the atmospheric river caused devastating, catastrophic flooding in my hometown of Abbotsford BC. So we're gonna go out here, we're gonna go canoeing, we're gonna see some damage, do some exploring, and we'll tell a story as we go. So I got my Abbotsford shield hat on at the van. I'm just about to unload the canoe. We're gonna hop in this river here. This is the Sumas River. This river flooded on November 14th and 15th of 2021. Catastrophic damage in Abbotsford, and actually there's flooding all around the province. And we're just gonna go explore it. So first things first, canoe down. My gear's already, I'm spinning a lot here. My gear's already down here, and yeah, we're just gonna head her pretty quick here. So I've never canoed this river before, but I thought it would be interesting. And you can actually already see evidence behind me of dike repair. And I'm not sure how scenic this is gonna be, but hopefully it opens up, because it's kind of not the greatest right now. But we're about to head under the highway, the #1 highway, and that'll be the first stop of the tour. And we'll talk about it when we get there, but it's a little interesting little spot, so let's get after it. So this section of highway was completely closed off for a week, 2 weeks, a week and a half, because it was covered in water. So the water came up, flooded the highway, and then eventually they actually put sandbags out and what they call a tiger dam. And the tiger dam crossed this section of highway, and this is Highway 1, the most important highway in Canada. They basically cut Abbotsford and west all the way to Vancouver off from the entire rest of Canada, which is a huge deal. And it actually left Chilliwack, which is the next city over, as like essentially an island, because all the other highways were damaged, suffered landslides. So there's no way to get to them. So they were essentially an island for about a week. And I think we'll be able to see the sandbags when we go under there. That's crazy. You can see the debris from the flood still under there. Very interesting to see how low the dike is here compared to where we put in and where we're going to see further as we canoe. But currently we're headed into the farmland. So Abbotsford's a huge agricultural city. We supply like 50% of agricultural products, dairy, eggs, corn, for BC. Like, it's a huge deal, and that's all the floodland that got flooded was all agricultural land, which in one hand is like good because there's way less people there, so nobody died, not a lot of casualties, right? But on the other hand, like, all our farmland got decimated and farmers now got to rebuild. So kind of tragic. It's kind of tragic, but we're headed further, deeper and deeper into the farmlands, so let's continue going. I think a lot of these hay bales have been strewn about with all the flooding. Yeah, a lot of these bales are strewn about. I don't know how much they clean up, or just like if it's not hurting anyone, they just leave it, but I don't know. See another wrapper over there. So I just passed this spot here, which I'm now kind of going back to. But this, see where it's all exposed sand and dirt? I feel like that took a lot of erosion compared to where there's all the grass and stuff. And then I think like this now is like a potential weak spot because it's just ready to be eroded if the water gets really high again. So I think that's bad, and I think that's a result of the flooding. Yeah. Oh. Oh my God. These flip-flops were a bad choice. But, check that out. We now have our first souvenir from the BC floods. Ow, fuck. Okay. Let's continue. So we're coming up alongside the highway again. I can really hear it, but more importantly, I can see all our tacky billboards. So this river, if you follow it all the way, well, I guess not all the way, but if you follow this river, it'll take you to the Canadian-US border. And obviously I don't want to get that far or that close to that. I'm quite a ways away, but yeah, this goes all the way to the United States. And basically when the rain flowed or poured back on November 14th, eventually the Nooksack River in Sumas, Washington spilled its banks, and then the floodwater from the Nooksack crosses over into the Sumas River, and then it massively increases the flow of the Sumas, and all this water gets pumped out at the Barrowtown pump station, which hopefully we'll be able to get to later. But it all gets pumped out with 4 pumps, and usually like on a sunny day, if it's dry, 1 pump works. But during the flooding, all 4 pumps were going full blast. Anyways, it was pretty crazy, but that's why the current is going that way, leading towards Barrowtown. Yeah. Anyways, we're gonna keep going. There's a lot of ducks on this river, and I guess a few geese. I've seen 1 heron so far. I don't think I got that one on the GoPro, but quite a few hay bales. I got another hay bale coming up here, and then obviously my little thing. Like I said, it's been 6 months, so at some point I think there would have been a lot of debris down here, maybe, but maybe it would have stayed confined to like the upper on the land. But anyways, this is quite an interesting little paddle for me. It's quite nice actually. I would do it again. Some more erosion. So I guess at this bend of the river here, at this bend of the river, it would have flown up and then it would have majorly eroded that there. It is getting noticeably harder to paddle. And I'm kind of debating turning around now. We've got about 5 kilometers. So I'm kind of thinking about just throwing up the drone, taking a little tour of the farmland, see how it's rebounding from the floods, and then just give her back to where I parked and then further up the other way. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I kind of wish I started like at the border and went the whole length. It probably would have been easier than paddling upstream. But anyways, I'm just gonna turn around now. Got more erosion in the back. But we're gonna head back and hit the van, go by the van, and continue on up the river. There'll be some big extended dikes, big raised dikes, and I would just like to see them. I like to see where they've done work, because this is a very natural looking area, so like nothing's been done. Anyways, we continue on. See the debris. So that is how high the water had to be, which is just crazy. So here's our first sign. I know we saw this when we parked, but this is the first sign of the rebuilt, reinforced dike. I'm assuming those are no longer powered, but who knows? Big log. Oh, construction pylons. So I believe this bridge coming up is a new replacement. I believe the original was totally washed out. And frankly, it looks new. You can see where the lower, older bridge used to be at that white railing. So they made this bigger and better. It's definitely a new bridge. And this is a piece of the old bridge. You got the Rod and Gun Club over there, as you can hear. And this is a parking lot. And I believe there's a hike up here, the Abbey Grind. Probably goes to the top. It's popular, but in my opinion, it sucks. It's too steep. Big boys don't do steep. I was pulled up on this little sand bar, dirt bar, mud bar, and I'm gonna take a break, have a snack, and then continue paddling. I gotta put on some sunscreen because these guns haven't seen the sun all year, so sunscreen it up, have a snack, and keep going. I think this might be some sort of attempt at some sort of safety dam. It doesn't look that strong, so I don't really know what it was used for. So this section of dike was completely wiped out. This is all rebuilt. I saw it when I flew my drone. You can totally tell that this has previously been totally wiped out. Refilled it a little bit higher. And like I said, on this side they have all the way down, it's like raised, but probably like 2 feet, as you can sort of see on the end there. But I'm approaching McDonald Park. I thought I was going to be the only weirdo out here today. Those landslides are something else. You can see a huge landslide came down back there. That's crazy. So water would have just been flowing down between those mountains, and just huge gushing water flowing right into this river through these people's houses. That's crazy. So I think this is about as far as I'm going to head upriver. I kind of wanted to head to Barrowtown, but it is getting a little bit later in the day. It is Easter, so I got some Easter cream eggs I want to go home and eat. So I'm just going to fly my drone into those landslides, because honestly, they look quite big and quite impressive. And I think they're a perfect way to end this trip. So follow me on Instagram @SargeInc. Like and subscribe to this channel. And yeah, I'm going to leave you with a montage of some drone footage. And other than that, have a good day. Peace.